probably at the front.
All right, guys, same story. We'll start with questions from the floor and then we'll go virtual. I've got Cardiff Rugby head coach David Young and captain Josh Turnbull. I'll start with the live media here and then we'll cross over. Any questions?
Straightforward.
One.
Today, just an interesting point that we picked up so far. It's the second overseas team playing in South Africa today, and the altitude and the heat doesn't seem to be affecting your team at all. Just as an observation, I'm making you credit for that.
Thanks very much. We haven't talked about it much this week because it's something we know we can't change. But I thought the players did really well, but they felt it. I think we'd be a liar to say they didn't feel it, but the boys have worked hard on their conditioning, and I was pleased how we stuck in the game. So as I said, it wasn't a real factor or a reason why we lost the game.
So with the score at 27-20, obviously you still believe that you could take the points from the game?
Yeah, I think the yellow card was a bit of a turning point. I thought we had first 20 minutes wasn't good enough for us. I think we give away far too many penalties away, and our kick chase just wasn't joined up. So give them far too much momentum, far too much front foot, which resulted in them having a lot of possession inside our half. Which obviously they're a tough team to stop. If they're that close to your line, they're a tough team to stop. But we talked about it second half, and I thought we were a lot better the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half. We started to get field position, we started to go through our phases, we started to get penetration, and we started to show what we could do. I was pleased with our scrum. I thought our lineup was pretty efficient as well. So we thought it was going in the right direction. We didn't feel that we had to chase the game, although we were a good bit behind. We got back to one score, but then I think the yellow card dented our momentum a little bit, and we chased the game after that, really.
The Lions do pride themselves of having a very good scrum, and it looked like you guys had the upper hand in the scrum today.
I thought our set piece was good. I think we were pleased with our set piece. We worked hard at it, and as I said, the boys I think deserve some credit because we've watched the Lion scrum, and it's a fearsome scrum. I think very rarely has that scrum come second best, and we're not going to shout it from the rooftops, but we were certainly pleased with our scrum. We got out of our scrums, give us a platform to play the game we wanted to play, so we were quite pleased with that.
And then just the last question for the captain. I assume it's the first time that many of you are playing in South Africa and visiting Johannesburg. Do you just want to give us some comments about the experience?
Yeah, I've been to South Africa a few times, and every time I've come, everyone is so welcoming. They really, like the hotel, really looked after us well since we've been in Joburg and in Cape Town. So obviously we've had a couple of rocky trips here, especially in the last year. But this trip has gone well for us so far.
Coach, you've now experienced 80 minutes of rugby in the country, like we said, for a lot of players the first time. Is there a marked difference from your first initial thoughts from the type of rugby that you guys are going to need to play here compared to what you've been playing back home? Yeah,
there's a difference, and the first thing I think is every man to a man was really excited about playing here. It's an iconic stadium, and we give everybody a buzz just running out there. Pity it wasn't, obviously, it was restricted to less numbers, because it would have been a fantastic atmosphere if we had a bigger crowd. But the biggest thing that obviously is that we're always considering whether we can cope with or not is the physicality the Lions teams bring. I was pleased with how we handle the physicality, both sides of the ball. So I was pleased with that, but that's something that is always a question mark when you play against South African teams. Can you handle the physicality? When we played the Bulls at home, that was a game of both halves. We ran them ragged first half, and then they went into an arm wrestle and we couldn't cope with the physicality. So that was a little bit of a turning point in our season as well. That we started to put a bit more time into our set piece and some of the physical sides of the game. So certainly they didn't disappoint tonight. You know, they were physical, and they've got some players that can cause you damage with footwork as well. So biggest thing for us is we know anything below our best at the minute, we won't get a win. You know, we're a team that's progressing, we're developing as a team. We need to play our best rugby to beat anybody in South Africa. But you know, today we pushed the Lions close, but ultimately we've gone away with nothing.
Thanks, William. All right, we're going to jump online. Anything from our online guys?
Yes, please, if I may. It's Jan de Koning here from Rugby 365.
Yes, Jan.
I mean, there seemed to be a lot of cramping and stuff, and I know you touched earlier on the guys who were tired. How do you guys cope? I mean, is it a case of having to slow the game down to your pace, or because you guys seem to at times really also speed it up?
Yeah, I think we were blow-in on occasions, obviously, but I think it was fair to say so was the Lions. You know, I think I don't think that was a factor. But you know, there's parts of that game when we were defending for periods of that game. That was, you know, a real physical part of the game, which drains you. But you know, we struggled to get any momentum this season. You know, that's. We haven't had too many times where we've had 2 games on the bounce, really. So it was nice, and hopefully we will get more match hardened, or as you know, as the games come now. So you know that it was definitely a challenge for us, but I thought we handled it quite well, to be honest.
Thanks, Jan. Anyone else? Are we happy? Okay, thanks very much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Thank you.
online, and thanks to everyone here. Thank you.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, George.